Welcome, future real estate leaders. This is Just Let Me, the E-Professor, and you are standing at the threshold of an incredible journey, one with endless opportunities and potential for remarkable success. But remember, the foundation you lay today will determine your success of tomorrow. So let's kickstart your career with a plan that gets you started on the right foot, a strong foot, and makes an impact from day one. Are you ready to transform those dreams into actions? Let's get started today. And the way we're going to make that happen in this short little video is essentially 3 actual steps that I think are the best ways to get started in real estate today. Now, I know you guys are going to say things like, I just want to make money. I want to do things like that. I do have trainings in here that are going to get you jump-started into a quick 4 to 6 week training program that gets you action-packed right now. But I do want to make sure right now you want to take some action. I want you to get started today. So there are essentially 3 steps that I think will get you started on the right foot. And these steps are create a plan. Create those goals that are in place to make sure you know what you want to achieve in that success world. 2, I want to make sure you know which communities that you're going to want to engage in real estate to be successful. And then 3, I want to make sure we actually are taking action. We can spend a lot of time sitting out there learning and doing things, but we will never see success until we actually take those steps. And then a little bonus item is we're going to talk a little bit about how to elevate that career once we have taken those successful first steps. So first, create that plan. As I said earlier, there is an action that you have to do. And so I'm a big fan of Think and Grow Rich. There is a chapter on desire. There's essentially 6 steps that you want to make sure that you have accomplished. And in this video, there is actually a download. You can actually download the little handout, the little cheat sheet for this to make sure. But there's a couple things that you want to make sure you always do to get this started right. First and foremost, you want to identify what that financial number is you want to hit. Is it 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million? Whatever that number is you want to hit, make sure it's achievable, but you want to make sure you hit that number. Once you know that number, you're going to want to know what it takes to hit that. You need to know how many listings you got to get per month, how many buyers you're going to have to get per month. You need to know those numbers and write those down. It's really quick math that you can make happen. If you're not math-based, don't worry about it. I have a cheat sheet as a spreadsheet as well that will make life easier for you. But that is something that you need to make sure you do. After that, what you want to do is set a deadline for that, a real deadline. Is it 6 months, 3 months, 12 months? I recommend early on you do a 12-month program, but I'll be honest, I have a really fun book I love called The 12-Week Year that I think works fabulous for making some of these things a little more actionable, quicker, and attainable. So you may change it down the road to a 12-week year, but right off the bat, I would always recommend 12 months to get those goals in place. And then write down that plan, right? I'm going to make $100,000 by getting a listing per month, by making phone calls, by doing door knockers, by writing notes, by whatever it is. Write that, have those steps out there, have those specific action plans in place. How are you going to get it done? And then, as I just kind of hinted out, you're going to write it down. You're going to write that down. You're going to come out there and make sure you have that in place. Physically write it down. There is very strong evidence that writing is going to help you succeed. And then last but not least, what I want to make sure you do in here is also then say it often, right? Twice a day, out loud, with the energy and emotion that you have in place. Next, after we have that written down, you've got to figure out who you're going to talk to. Hopefully that action plan has already identified that. But in case it hasn't yet, step 2 is engage with those communities. First, you got to actually identify that community that you're actually going to talk to make this happen. So I need you to come out there and identify those communities. You can try to find local events. Your chamber will have open houses a lot of time for things that you're looking to do. You can go to meetup.com and find different areas that you want to be a part of. Just figure out if it's your own people that you know, like, and trust in your world. Figure that out. Don't be afraid to volunteer for different events that you're motivated by. That always helps. And then engage on social media. There's another way of doing it. Last but not least, what I also want you to think about in here is we are not an island unto ourselves. So what I want you to do is also identify some of those real estate-based communities that you can engage in. Your local association, find mentorship groups, online or offline, whatever you want to do inside that world. I do the same thing. If you're always welcome to come to me and have those conversations. And then be active in those groups, right? Communicate, connect, continuously make sure you're doing that. So that's step 2. Step 3, take action. There's a lot of opportunities to take a lot of classes. You can do a lot of things, but if we're not actually taking action, and again, I referenced it earlier, I like the 12-week year. There's very specific plans in there. And again, I have the documents here. You're kind of seeing some over on the side of different things that you can do to actually start taking action in here and being very deliberate and very intentional on a week-to-week basis. So make sure you are taking actions. And the other trick to this, I was actually just talking to someone the other day about this, do not be super critical. Just because you didn't hit that one goal or that one action item doesn't mean you need to be critical about it, but you do need to be honest about it. Make sure you are taking those steps that will grow you in the future. And then the last one, the bonus item, is have a growth plan. And what I mean by having a growth plan is not that you're doing much right now for getting the next level, but have things you want to do. Make sure you're reading books, listening to podcasts. Have those things that you want to do in place to be better, bigger, stronger, more adaptive in our nature, because we're in an endlessly changing world and our real estate industry is changing continuously. So you need to have some sort of growth plan to make sure you are quick and responsive with that. So that's all I've got for this today, folks. This is just an introduction. I'm so excited that you guys are here in the real estate world. Can't wait to see how you guys grow. And remember, the path to success in real estate is paved with determination, continuous improvement, and a solid network. You've got what it takes to make it big, so go out there and turn your dreams into reality.